you
Please,
or the government.
let me respond to that.
Yeah, to be able to align so
let
well.
me respond now. Regina, you ask questions, allow
We
me to
need that.
respond.
Yes, yes.
If as you say, Nigerians love Sowore very much, an election was held last year, February 27th. We saw the results of that election.
Yes.
If Fela Durotoye, Kingsley Moghalu, they all scored higher than Omoyele Sowore. Omoyele Sowore, who you claim the people of Nigerians love so much, came last. In fact, the amount of votes that he had cannot make him a councillor. So, Regina, I'm asking you, I did in fact, I don't deal in fiction. How much, do you want me to tell you how many votes that he had? I'm embarrassed for him. So you are saying that, oh, they love me so much. Okay, I'll give you an example now. Me, Reno Omokri, I wrote a book. Do you know how many copies of that book I sold? The book became a number 1 bestseller. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is literal proof. If you are saying that Sowore is so loved by the people, then how come the people did not vote for him? How come they voted for Fela Durotoye? Let me finish, please. I allow you to talk. How come they voted for Fela Durotoye? How come they voted for Kingsley Moghalu? How come they voted for LBS Ekwesili? How come they did not vote for him? How come he came last? I remember that when I was a child, we had this housemaid. And then anytime there was a race, and then the person that came last, she would say, "Ooh, you carried pole." How come Omoyele Sowore carried pole? How come? So look, so it is either you are wrong and the election is right, or the election is wrong and you are right. Regina, which is it?
Let me say something, Reno. Okay.
Regina, you did not answer now.
No. I cannot answer. I cannot answer Omoyele's questions. I am not so worried. Let me ask you something. If he was allowed to debate, remember there was a national debate. Muscles out of the picture. If he was allowed to debate, if he was allowed to, we're trying to present, he would not be so arrested, rearrested, locked up, caged. He would not. So my question is, why are we so afraid of this boy? A boy with drugs and a laptop will bring down a government?
Can I respond?
Talk to me, yes.
Okay. Now, Sowore was not arrested during the election. He was not arrested before the election. Sowore was arrested after the election when he lost the election and then he tried to pull off a revolution. So please get your facts right. He was not arrested before the election. He was not arrested during the election. What happened is that he came last. According to that, our house girl, he carried pole. And then because he carried pole, he now came and said that, okay, he's going to do a revolution. If it had been under a military government, he would have been arrested and shot. Now, that is one thing. During the debate, the person that did not turn up was Muhammadu Buhari. Atiku turned up. OBS Ekwesili turned up. Fela Durotoye turned up. Kingsley Moghalu turned up. So what is your point?
My guy, yes.
They all turned up.
Yes.
And then all these people, they all did phenomenally much better than Sowore. So again, I'm asking you.
Was he allowed to debate? He said that he was stopped.
No. Regina, it is people who do not deal in facts that Sowore is a liar. And it is people who do not deal in fact that Sowore can deceive. Sowore was arrested after the election. He was not arrested during the election, before the election. He was not stopped from debating anything. Muhammadu Buhari did not turn up. That day, Atiku was there. OBS Secretary was there. Kingsley Moghalu was there. Fela Durotoye was there. Buhari did not turn up. So that is the fact of the situation. Now, if you want, maybe if you doubt me, I can open it up for you and I can show you. You see, one gift that I have is this. I am a meticulous record keeper.
Yes.
I am a meticulous record keeper. If I'm going to open this big mouth of mine, I must use this big brain of mine. If I don't use this big brain of mine, I don't open this big.
Okay. Somebody is asking a question about did opposition use you to bring in PMB as you are being accused by Reno Omokri? I don't understand that.
People have accused me of all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But, when you ask them to go and bring evidence, yes, can you support Buhari without attending his rally, without getting an advert from him?
Advert from him, yeah. I can hear you now, yeah.
Yes, without writing an article, without any meeting. Reno Omokri, as I was told, said that he has evidence even from the NIA to show that I was holding meetings with Buhari and the rest of them. Why is it so difficult to put out the evidence? If I have evidence against Reno Omokri, for instance, when Reno Omokri went and stole the identity of somebody known as Wendy's sibling, I met the mother. I interviewed her. I put it out. That's the evidence. And the woman said, yes, Reno Omokri is an identity thief. When Reno Omokri sent soldiers to the mother's house to eject somebody from their house in Warri or so, I got the information, I put it out on Sahara Reporters. In fact, it led to him being fired by Jonathan, because most people did not know that Reno Omokri did not complete his tenure with Jonathan. Jonathan fired him towards the election because of a lot of criminal activities he was engaging in. Reno Omokri claims to be an Amazon bestseller. Can you just find out how many books he's selling? What's the name of the book? So I'm not personalizing it. I'm just telling you that I am an evidence-based person. If you say so, look, there's no need engaging in emotional conversations. But you know, all the political leaders in this country have their own supporters. Even if you look today, there are people who still support Abacha. You know, but Babangida has his supporters. Jonathan has his supporters. So once in a while, when they miss the pass, the terrible pass, they organize what I call a pity party, so that they can pity themselves. You know, the thing that Reno Omokri did not tell you is that he wouldn't have had the job he had with Jonathan, the money he made, whatever he benefited, had we not fought for Jonathan to become president when Yar'Adua was sick. So, and I'm glad that he said that I have so much power to put Buhari in power. But why are they not giving me credit for putting Jonathan in power when Yar'Adua cabal prevented him from? In fact, they were planning a coup at that time. We were exposing it every day until Jonathan was allowed to run, to become the president of Nigeria. Because we knew Yar'Adua was not coming back. Go and ask Reno Omokri if he attended a protest on behalf of Jonathan. Never. We did. I did in America. We organized a people's parliament. We did write-ups upon write-ups. I've never met Jonathan before. I didn't care who he was. In fact, when Jonathan won the election, he sent late Toronto Douglas, to me, that I should come and work for him. I said, I cannot work in government. I can't last 24 hours in the government. I'm too honest, brutally honest. After that, he sent Imani Boro is still alive, to come to New York and give us the money that they said the man sent. I said, I refuse to see Imani Boro. I said, I don't need your money. I did this out because of my conscience. And I hope you guys perform. So what I want to wrap up here is that the person who brought Buhari to power, the number one person, is Jonathan. It was his performance in office that enabled the likes of Buhari to come back to office. Let me tell you, when Buhari ran for office against Jonathan, if a goat had run against Jonathan, they would have won. Monkey would have won that election. People were tired. The corruption. Jonathan was one of the luckiest former presidents in this country. He was selling crude oil at $140 per barrel. Money was all over the place. Awash. And I heard that Reno Omokri also listed some stories that he said were true. Some of the stories are actually still actively being prosecuted. In Italy, with regards to OPL, that OPL 245, the wife was found with a lot of money. It's public information. So I don't need to, again, personalize these issues. But I can understand that some people feel bad that they've lost out. Reno Omokri himself works for Atiku, right? If you really hate people who took Jonathan out of power, why would you be working for Atiku? Atiku donated money, jets, to Buhari's campaign. And Reno Omokri is working actively for Atiku to return to power again. So you can see the hypocrisy there.